So imagine this with me, that your gut lining is actually like a strainer or a net. It's really a barrier, your gut lining, between your digestive system and your bloodstream. And the job of your gut lining, which is similar to a net or strainer, is to allow certain things to pass through and to keep certain things out. So for instance, your gut lining is supposed to allow vitamins and minerals and certain nutrients to pass through to get into your bloodstream. Your bloodstream then will send those out to different organs in your body so they can function properly. So for instance, for your liver to detoxify, it needs B vitamins. And if your body doesn't send those there, it can't function properly. Now, the other job is to keep certain things out. So, and let me give you an example of this. Let's say this is a cup full of vitamins, okay, nutrients, and it's actually water, which your body needs. When I pour it through the strainer here, you can see it goes right here from the cup, which is like your gut, into your bloodstream and then to your organs. So this is a good thing that's happening, is your gut lining is functioning properly. The other thing that it should be doing is, let's say this cup of blueberries, I just took stuff from my cabinet here, my refrigerator. We've got these blueberries. Let's say these blueberries are gluten and casein or heavy metals or environmental toxins. When I drop those into the strainer, hey, it's doing what it's supposed to do. What it will do over time is break these down. It will keep certain things out and extract it through your digestive system. And then it will break down the nutrients and only allow the nutrients to pass through, so that your gut lining is doing what it's supposed to do in that instance. Now, another thing that can happen, let's say rather than a strainer, over time you start to get holes in this strainer. And here's how inflammation works. If you have inflammation in your gut lining, imagine a fire, it starts to burn a hole into your gut lining. So now you have holes in there. And so what happens is you have things in your body like gluten and casein, or you're exposed to heavy metals or bad bacteria or parasites. And these things, what they do is they go from your gut and digestive system, they start to pass through and get into your bloodstream. And then what happens is your body says, whoa, these aren't supposed to be here. We need to set off an inflammatory or an immune reaction to start to break these down, because they weren't broken down properly by the gut lining. So we need to have an immune response, and we need to start to break down these ourselves. And what happens over time is your body has to get rid of the thing that's not supposed to be in there via inflammation. And so it affects your immune system. So this gut immune system connection is, okay, you've got your gut that's supposed to be doing its job, that's keeping your immune system working properly. When you get a hole in that gut lining known as leaky gut, what it does is that sets off an immune reaction in the body. So your immune system now is having to deal with this thing, food particles and heavy metals and other things, but now it's not dealing with viruses and bacteria as well, because it's spending all of its energy dealing with gluten and casein and sugar and all these processed foods and stressors you may have in your diet instead. So that's really how this works. So the biggest key to strengthening your gut immune connection is strengthening your digestive lining, which that in turn, when that digestive lining is strong, when you have a healthy lining and healthy good bacteria like probiotics on the gut, your body is breaking things down, it's digesting things, it's absorbing nutrients, it's keeping the bad out, it's allowing the good in. But if it gets that hole in it from inflammation, that fire, and it breaks a hole, you go from this which is good to this which is bad. If that happens, your immune system now is weakened, your gut is weakened, your immune system is now weakened, and you can't fight off foreign invaders like bad bacteria and viruses, and now your system is weak. So let's now talk about the ways to naturally strengthen this gut immune connection. All right, so number one is you need more collagen. Here's the big reason why. What your gut lining is actually made up of is collagen. Right? And so 70% of your gut lining is made up of collagen. So if you don't actually have the building blocks for your body to start to heal and repair that gut, it's not optimal. Okay, your body can use certain other proteins, but it's more difficult. So for optimal gut and immune health, you want to get collagen. You can get that a couple ways. One is bone broth, right? That ancient superfood that everybody should be getting every single day. Bone broth is made up of almost completely collagen. So you can make bone broth at home, you can buy it frozen, you can use it as a protein powder, but you want to get bone broth. And if you can't get bone broth, at the very least use collagen as a supplement in water or a smoothie, but get something like a collagen protein or collagen peptides or bone broth. That's number one because that's what your gut's made up of. Number two, probiotics. Okay, probiotics are what line your gut and actually protect it. So imagine it like this. Collagen or your gut lining is like your, it's like a wall of a fortress, okay? It's the wall of the city and it's protecting the enemies from getting in. Imagine probiotics as the actual army, those actually soldiers that are out there fighting for you, and they do all types of things. They absorb nutrients, they act as your immune system, they're critical to health. They even create enzymes and healthy fats that support your cells. So probiotics are critical. You can get probiotics from things like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, yogurt, or take a probiotic supplement. When buying a probiotic supplement, now listen, this is important, make sure it has soil-based organisms. Those are probiotics that are found in the soil that are even more powerful than a lot of the food-based probiotics today. So make sure probiotics, these are the two most important in terms of supplements to take to start to support that gut and immune system connection. And you've heard the quote that 70% of your immune system lives in your gut. And that's why it's so important that we strengthen that gut. Number three here is reduce stress and increase your quality of sleep, okay? Stress causes your body to release a hormone called cortisol, which then weakens your gut, which then weakens your immune system. Versus sleep, medical research has shown in multiple studies that if you can get over 7 hours of good quality sleep a night, it dramatically decreases your risk of cold and flu symptom severity, and also decreases your risk of a number of other health issues. So again, lower stress, try and get close to that 8 hours of sleep a night. If you can do that, it's a big boost for your gut and for your immune system. Number four is your diet. The ideal diet to support your gut is a diet that's easy to digest, a lot of cooked foods, especially cooked vegetables and cooked meat. Those two food groups, I have worked with thousands of people over the years with immune-related issues that were from the gut, like autoimmune disease, digestive problems, cold flu, and here's what I found is that consuming a classic dish like chicken bone broth soup is one of the most healing things you can do to support that gut immune connection. Organic meat would be the other thing we talked about. So a lot of organic meat, loads of organic vegetables, and then things like bone broth. That's the ideal diet, and get rid of all the inflammatory foods, especially gluten, sugar, get rid of that stuff, and stay away from dairy in most cases and do this instead. Lots of cooked vegetables and cooked meat. Next thing here are herbs. Herbs, in fact, this is so crazy to me. Up until 100 years ago, when somebody used the word medicine, they were talking about herbs, okay? So when somebody said, hey, what do you have in your medicine cabinet? They would pull out turmeric, they would pull out ginger. These things have tremendous benefits on our gut health. Some of the most important herbs that have been shown in clinical studies to support our gut and immune system connection include, number one is ginger. Ginger helps reduce gut inflammation and it helps bolster the immune system. Another one that surprises some people is astragalus. Astragalus was used in ancient Chinese medicine to strengthen your entire digestive system and the immune system. By the way, you can look up studies, and I've written about this. If you look up Dr. Axe immune system, I've written articles all about how beneficial herbs like astragalus are for the immune system and other foods and recipes and things along those lines. Number three here is licorice root is also good, but I'd say the first two, taking ginger and astragalus, have loads of benefits for the gut immune connection. So here's what you need to do. In order to heal your gut and strengthen your immune system, you got to get collagen in your diet or bone broth. Get those things in your diet every single day. Whether it be a liquid, like drinking liquid bone broth or a collagen supplement, you just want to get it because your gut's actually made of it. Remember, it's like the wall protecting your city and your entire body. Probiotics are like those army, those soldiers that are going to go and protect your body and strengthen your body, reduce stress, increase sleep. Do a lot of cooked vegetables in your diet. Steamed, baked, you can do them in a soup. Sauteed is great as well. and then get a lot of these herbals. If you can do these things, you're going to be well on your way to taking your gut and your immune health to a new level.